Where do we even begin with this? Gotta switch locations for a while because usually the one I went that I always like hang around was like across the street. So far, since a lot of people go over there, I just might as well be talking over here. If you're watching this video, this is probably something new that I've done, recording public. You see, I'm in nowhere land. All of it is just basically just street. You won't be able to find me. I wanted to record in public because of the fact that this particular spot is basically how I started. If you could see, before my college experience, before YouTube, before I went to, let's say, basically everything, I was basically looking at my life right here, trying to figure out who I am and what am I supposed to do. Because even though I did have a purpose, I didn't know what to do with the purpose yet. So you could say I stood here, just waiting and waiting, trying to figure out who I am, what am I supposed to do, and the purpose that was supposed to continue. Because in the time I didn't know what I wanted to do. So what led me to be in this situation, believe it or not, there was an incident that happened like a while back, and basically an incident happened when I liked this person, but there was a problem. This person did not have any feelings or whatever it may be that led to her being so cold, and yet that's what brought all our friends around and people around, like, out of it, to the point where we all went separate paths and abandoned each other. Then I realized on my criteria that I wasn't following my dreams, I wasn't following my goals, and that led me to be, all sad and depressed here in this particular spot. However, through this particular spot, it came to my conclusion to make me realize there is something that you could say that there's something meaning that I could do in my life, something that will thrive me to do better. And yet, that was filming. I realized that I had a YouTube channel that I never correctly used. I took advantage of making something better out of me, making something bright, something new. And how I started this YouTube channel, believe it or not, it had over 2,000 because it was so well done. And over time that those subscribers grew, and I was happy for once. But then, during my filming time, I met somebody, which you should probably know by now, the YouTuber name, probably say it in public, Kamikairi, which she was not just any type of girl that I knew, but she was one of those who had feelings and did care, and yet I didn't know that. But I said hi to her and I introduced myself, and ever since then, me and her have been caring about each other. liking our work, liking what we do. And so I felt better that I don't have to be, alone in this place, in this world. There's someone that at least cares. However, during the time, I didn't realize the situation of how I put myself through my own misery, knowing that I was not acting right and I was losing control because of the fact that I had started creating too much feelings. It led me to shame myself, knowing I could have done better. And it didn't hit me until I realized it was too late. That I messed myself up. That I messed everything that I ever put myself that I wanted to do, especially having this person that cares about, do something like this. Me and her got in a fight over because of the fact that she went with somebody, and I couldn't tell myself that it's not just about the relationship, it's about people who cares about you, but I didn't see that. And yet here I am, back at my own place, trying to figure out who I am still and what am I supposed to do. Not only I mess things up myself, but there's a chance that I probably went lost to the point where I end up going to the hospital once again. Not for a health problem, for something I've ate. Because this happened a while back too, where I drank something and it led me to the hospital. And now a food that I ate and that led me to a hospital. But in those times of being poked by a needle and through medicine and stuff, it changed me. It made me realize what I've done was wrong. And what I've did, especially the ones that are watching this video, I knew wasn't right. So I cast myself out. I raised the white flags. I tried to do as much apologies as ever at the same time. Now, since it was her birthday, I did my best to tell how much, no matter how many times dark, bad, or how much she hates, that I'm still a caring person, that you could stab me how many times in my heart you want. I'll still be there, that I only expect for my own self that no matter what, it's my duty, it's my right to stand and tall like a tree and to be there for her no matter what. But even though in that result's going to be me possibly chances of being burned, abandoned, or told off, this person changed my life, and the way actions and the way I treated her was unacceptable. And all I want to do now is just be there, caring, even how cold it will be. That I cannot let the repeat of happen the same thing with this old person that abandoned me, that I did to this chick, Rebecca. I cannot let that repeat. But there's no way you can find this person now because, again, person's gone and lost. So all I could do is pray that there is still light in me now, that I've consumed myself to the dark side. Through this unity I'm creating now for the dark side that I'm putting myself into, I hope that there is still good inside of me, that I'm still there. But as of right now, it's my job to lead a community to the dark side and to rise this imperial galactic empire again for a celebration of Disney, to restore order and justice to society, and to build something out of a fractured community, something different. And soon I will put a mask so it'll finally disappear from my own self and become something entirely different. The reason I'm doing this again, not the fact that I didn't turn myself dark side. I'm a monster. I cause problems, and I don't want to be showing my face above that. And instead, I'd rather just put on a mask and disappear from myself. Within that darkness, I hope there's still light to guide me. And when I drift off into this lost world that I put myself into, I will always think about Kai. Always. Knowing that if she still cares, if she still wants me on her side, or wants me to be in her life, who knows? All I could say is I'll just have to wait a long, very long time for an answer to come by. As always, everyone else does. As I'll stick to my punishment and the sentences myself, imprisonment for what I've done. That's all I have to say, Jimmies. Again, I'll still continue whatever videos I can make. It's all my fault. Even if it's someone else's actions, it's still my fault. Forevermore.